Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So I love how God talks to me. I love how God speaks to me. I love how God reminds me and encourages me and lets me know that He is in control. And He does it in so many different ways. I'm thankful. Not only that, but God also lets me know the truth that He wants me to share with others in His perfect timing. It's not on my timing, it's on His perfect timing. So there will be time periods where I will not do a video for a week or 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, I'm doing videos back to back and uploading them. And then I might go for a period of time where I don't do videos for a period of time as well. And then I come back on. And God was reminding me or let me know the other day through other sources as well too. He'll send you information through other people. That there are people out there that know what you carry, know what you're called to do. They've done investigation, they've done research, they've done witchcraft on you to find out what it is that's coming into your life, what you're destined to do, so on and so forth. And they have acted in ways to try to keep you from doing those things. They have gone and messed up certain environments, situations, spoke in people's ears, lied about you, just did all types of stuff, slandered you to other individuals to make you look unappealing, unattractive, so that when you go to these places, when you go to these areas, and these people see you, they already have an opinion, they already have an assessment, they already have a view of you that is not good. And then they start to see you, they start to watch you, you go around a lot more, and they start to recognize, you know what this person told me is not adding up, it's not making sense, it doesn't look right, something's off. Why am I seeing all of these good traits and qualities in this person, and this person that told me all these negative things about this person, I'm not seeing them at all. This person's not engaging in that behavior. They're not acting like this. They're actually a kind person. The reason why I'm telling you about this is because when I tell you, there have been people that have gone into certain areas that I was called to go into to basically slander my name, my reputation, have me looking a hot mess before I even get to the destination. They've gone before and basically destroyed my character. And God said, you don't need to worry about that. Ain't no need to worry about what people have chosen to do. That's their choice. They chose to do that. They chose to engage in that. He is still going to get the message out. He is still going to plant you where He wants you to be. You are still going to survive, and you're going to thrive in the area that He has called you to be in. And anybody that is in that area that you're supposed to be in has to be removed. They have to be removed. They will be removed. Do you know who removes them? It's not just God that removes these people that do not belong in these areas. No. It is the people that are in the area that will remove the toxicity from their area in a myriad of ways. A myriad of ways. Earlier this afternoon, I was in a location that was basically a safe place for me to do my work, for me to just focus, have some peace and quiet for the most part. Now, I'm in this area. I was there this morning for a while, actually a long while. And security, they drive around the area, right, consistently. Now, I'm in my vehicle. I have tint on my windows. I pretty much have my windows rolled up. I don't smoke. I don't do anything out of the ordinary. I sit in my vehicle. I do my work. I do what God has called me to do. I mind my business. And do you know, the security guard kept noticing me. He saw me there from this morning. Now, God was the one that directed me to go to that location and park there. But this security guard, he just had to have a problem with me being there. He had to find a reason. He had to have an issue. He had to flaunt that security shirt that he wears. And he said, "Ma'am, You can't stay here all day. This is not a mall. I heard what he said. I straightened up my seat, turned on my vehicle, and started to leave. But before I left, I stopped and I chatted with him a bit. And I basically asked him, I was like, what is the problem? I'm here. I came here this morning. I got my coffee. I'm sitting here, minding my business, doing my work in my vehicle. I'm not bothering anybody. Nobody has complained or said anything negative about me being here because they haven't even seen me. What is your issue with me being here? I then said, looking at the building, there is a sign on the building that shows or says this, meaning that this is associated with this over here. So what is the issue? And I said, it's okay. I will leave. I will leave. I will leave. Because I don't want to have any issues. There wasn't any issue. There wasn't a problem. You see, the whole point of me even talking about that is this. These individuals that have looked into your life, looked into your future, doing the witchcraft, the demonic stuff, trying to find what it is that you're supposed to be doing, and then going and then destroying your course before you even get to that destination. You will have these individuals that think they're solving a problem. They're solving an issue. And their issue is removing you from being seen. Their issue is removing you from being of... the word I'm looking for is betterment. From being a betterment in an area, for bettering an area, for being an improvement, being an added improvement to an area. There's a word I'm looking for. The only word I can think of is betterment. The betterment of an area. The betterment. I used to say in my evaluations every year, I'm for the betterment of the company, and I always was. The career I was in, I was for the betterment of not only the company, but the betterment of the field that I was working in, the creative field that I was working in. I was for the betterment of a lot of things, the betterment of the customers, the betterment of employees, the betterment of society. And there are people that have a problem with that. They will see your light. They will see your energy. They'll see the good things about you that they love, but they also hate because they want that for themselves. The only thing I could think of is that my light was shining so bright in that garage where I was parked. My light was so bright that it was irritating that security guard. He knew I was there doing something important. Even if I was parked in my vehicle, minding my business, he still felt something that irritated him, that he had to come at me in the way that he did. And it was not necessary. It wasn't necessary. In fact, what happened? There was a vehicle that was parked next to me, and they had been parked there for about 10 minutes. And this guy on the security, on his cart, pulled up, and he was talking to me, but the guy parked next to me thought that the security guy was talking to him. And that man said, "You don't have to talk to me like that." He said, "You don't have to talk to me like that." Meaning that older man was offended by the way he was talked to by that security guard. And the security guard even told him, "Well, look, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her." But his response still was, "You don't have to talk to me like that." So even that older man could sense the energy of that security guard and called him out on it. I didn't say anything to that guy. Nothing. I kept my mouth shut while he was talking and going through his spiel. I didn't say anything until I left. And when I talked with him as I was leaving, I kept my cool. But I also let him know I'm not bothering anybody. I have my cup of coffee right here. I'm minding my business in my vehicle. And you're irritated or bothered by me being here for some reason. Even though I'm not causing a disturbance, I'm not bothering anybody. He actually apologized to me. But it was already too late. See, that's what these people do. Your enemies have gone before you, right? To disparage your character, ruin your reputation, talk about you, slander you to other people so that you're not accepted in certain environments, in certain places and spaces. Because they don't want you to be a betterment for any area, anywhere that you go. They don't want you to be seen. They don't want your light to shine. They don't want you to be a positive influence. They want you to be seen in a negative way by everybody because of their jealousy, their insecurities. They want to be the shining star. They want to be seen. They want to be in the spotlight. But a lot of us, we just want to be left alone so that we can do what God is calling us to do. And then when it's time to pop out on God's command, we do so. How He calls us to do it. It's not for me to be boastful and braggadocious and be seen and be loved and liked by everybody, because I'm doing this for God. Whether you like me or hate me, whether you love me or dislike me, I'm doing what God called me to do because there are people that need to hear. There are people that need to see me. There are people that need to experience me. And when you have an attitude of thinking that you're better than the next person, or you have an attitude of, I'm going to destroy somebody because I don't want them to be in the position that God has called them in, you have a problem with God. You have a problem with God. Because everything that you said, everything that you did that was to disparage a person's character or reputation or their name, do you know how important a name is? A person's name and reputation is? You know how scarred and damaged someone's reputation can happen? That can happen to a person's reputation when lies are told about about that person? And God is not accepting of that. He's not. No. You will be called out. You will be found out for your behaviors, and you will be punished. You know, I was thinking about the Tina Turner show, the Tina Turner movie, rather. And in that movie, when she finally decided to leave Ike, when she finally decided she had enough, that she was done, he didn't want her to take her name with her. All she asked for, all she wanted was her name. He could have everything else. He could have all the materialistic things. He could have the all of that crap. But she wanted her name because she was going to be able to rebuild herself off of her name and her reputation. That's all she needed. That's all she wanted. And Ike did not want her to have that. So that tells you a lot right there. How important your name, your character, your reputation is out here in this world that we live in. Because everybody likes to talk. Everybody likes to gossip. And people will believe the lies before they'll believe the truth. I love how God shows me individuals that have lied on my character and have tried to set me up for destruction in an area. I've also seen how people have shifted and turned and switched the attitude that they originally had towards me to one that is more comparable and favorable to who I am, naturally and authentically. Some of these people, it took them months, some years, to realize that they had been lied to. And when they realized and learned that they were lied to, that they had me messed up, that they had me figured out wrong, as well as other people, because I'm not the only one that's gone through this. When people find out, the flip that happens, and not only the flip in regard to how they treat us and how they view us, but they have an attitude of, I owe that person. I owe that person for how I treated that person. They'll usually go after the ones that attacked us and lied on our characters. They'll go after the ones that abused us. And they'll call them out and put them front and center in front of all the people that they wanted to be loved and admired by. And they'll say, see this person right here? This is a liar. This is a deceiver. This is a manipulator. This person lied to me about this individual. And because this person lied to me about this individual, I behaved in certain ways that I should not have towards this individual and caused this person more suffering than they never should have received. If this person has lied to you, if this person has said lies to you about this person here, don't believe it. And these people will actually come together over us because they understand that we were actually sent as a blessing. I'm going to leave it at that. One of the most important things is I'm about to cry. One of the most important things is that you don't give up. You don't give up. You don't give in. And you don't take yourself out. Because ultimately what these people want to do that engage in these tactics and behaviors is that they want us to give up, they want us to give in, and they want us to take ourselves out. And these are individuals that actually themselves are going to take themselves out. They've taken themselves out by their behaviors and their actions. Some of these people end up having to move to another state because everyone within that state or that city knows who they are and has no love, no like, no respect for them because of what they have done to other individuals, to innocent individuals. I've already told you, I move how God calls me to move. And God had me to come back to where I am right now because He told me I had work to do here. I had work to do here. He did not say I couldn't travel. He didn't say I couldn't go here, go there, experience this or experience that. But He told me where He wants me to be is here, where I am currently. And as I'm moving around here, there, because God is making things straight and God is making things plain and clear to a lot of individuals, and God is calling people out, and God is allowing people to fall into the traps that they set for me, He's keeping me protected. I'm going to leave it at that. Gotta go. Bye.